Come on in. You already are. Bring everything you have. You already have. Drag in your fear, your doubt, your anger. Carry with you your heartbreak, your desperation, your feelings of being small or alone or abandoned. Bring it all in here with you. Leave nothing by the door for you to pick up on the way out, but carry it with you and have it with you right there in your seat. Bring it all. Bring it all here to your people. Even if you don't know every single person in the room, these and we are your people. We are here for each other. We are what we have. We are what we need. So let's make room in this room for each other in a fullness. Make room for faith and hope and love and courage. All of these are looking for a home, looking for somewhere to find expression. We can be that place. We can be those people. So let us come into this place and bring all that we are and see how we are slightly shifted and changed as we go into the day. Let us worship together. These words to begin our space by the Reverend Leslie Cooley. Happy 5th of July, the day after the large celebration. So it falls to us to celebrate and to keep celebrating all that is great and to hold the truth against all that is hard and remind each other once again over and over that love is a path that we walk, that we create and become.
Please rise as you're able and join us in singing our opening song. We are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. We are our grandmother's prayers, and we are our grandfather's dreamings. We are the breath of our ancestors. We are the Spirit of God. We are mothers of courage and fathers of time. We are daughters of dust and the sons of great visions. We're sisters of mercy and brothers of love. We are lovers of life and the builders of nations. We're seekers of truth and keepers of faith. We are makers of peace and the wisdom of ages. We are our grandmother, and we are our grandmother's dreamings. We are the breath of our ancestors. We are the Spirit of God. We are mothers of courage and fathers of time. We are daughters of dust and the sons of great visions. We're sisters of mercy and brothers of love. We are lovers of life and the builders of nations. We're seekers of truth and keepers of faith. We are makers of peace and the wisdom of ages. We are our grandmother's prayers, and we are our grandfather's dreamings. We are the breath of our universe. We are the Spirit of God. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are.
Good morning, and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Central Oregon. I'm Jill Stoffers. We are an inclusive community that affirms the mind, heart, and body in our search for truth and meaning. Here you will find both comfort and challenge for your spiritual journey. We offer a special welcome to everyone on Zoom, and if you're new, feel free to put your name in the chat. Whatever your age, income, housing, or the color of your skin, you are welcome here. Whatever your sexual orientation, gender identity, or life story, you are welcome here. If your heart is full of joy or it feels heavy this morning, you are welcome here. Whether you celebrated the 4th of July with gusto or spent the day wishing for liberty and justice for all, you are welcome here. Wherever you are from, whatever your faith, you are welcome here. In this current culture of division, if your beliefs differ from mine, but you are called to love, you are welcome here.
I'm Alice, and our friend Bo is lighting the chalice for us today. Our chalice lighting words are adapted from Craig Rowland. We light this chalice in a spirit of thoughtful joy, not the joy that avoids difficulty, but the joy that dares to create. Bertrand Russell once wrote that happiness does not come from passive amusement, but from the deep well of meaningful work. From the effort to build, to think, to serve something greater than oneself. May the flame we kindle now remind us there is the quiet courage of community. There is the possibility of happiness, earned not by escape, but by engagement.
Please rise as you are able and join us in singing our chalice response, Spirit of Life. Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
I'd like to invite our young and young at heart down to our rug in front for our time for all ages. Happy 5th of July, you all. Did you all do anything for the 4th? Did you watch any fireworks or anything like that? Yeah. Oh, on Friday, some early fireworks at a baseball game. Fantastic. Well, it's the 4th of July. It's kind of like celebrating America's birthday when we signed the Declaration of Independence. Do you all know what the Statue of Liberty is? Have you ever seen it before? We have. Do we have a picture of the Statue of Liberty back there on our slides? We may or may not. Yes, we do. Okay. Just in case you weren't familiar with it, here it is. So sometimes she is called Lady Liberty, and she was given to America as a gift. Guess who? Guess who gave us the gift of the Statue of Liberty? Do you know? You ever heard this? The French. That's exactly right. So they just felt like doing something nice for us, I guess, and they said, let's build a gigantic statue. And gigantic it was. And then they realized they might have a slight problem. Do you see that there's two parts to this statue? There's the statue, and then there is the pedestal that it sits on. Well, they didn't think the whole thing through. The French said, we're going to give you a statue, but they didn't say that they're going to give us something to sit it on. So if you look at Chris's base over here, I imagine the Statue of Liberty was very similar. Like, they gave us the statue, but nothing to put it on. So, Chris, I won't drop it, I promise. But if I was to just put this right here, what do you think would happen? It would fall over, right? So, the French said, that's your problem. And some people said, well, the whole project's off. We're not going to do it. Just cancel the order. We're not going to do it. And a guy named Joseph Pulitzer, who owned a newspaper, said, wait, I've got an idea. We can make this work. And he invited children and people, but children responded to do this. Right? You see what I got here? Small change, right? A nickel, a penny, a dime, and a quarter. Would you believe that it is by asking Americans to send in just this, that they were able to collect enough money to build that beautiful pedestal, and then the project went on. So kids from all over the country sent in just what they could, nickels and dimes and pennies, and all of those together saved the project. What a strange and great idea that is that all of these nickels and dimes and pennies put together can create something beautiful and good for the whole. That is something that we believe deeply here in this congregation, but also in this country, that if we all do our little bit, if we all love and seek for justice, that the world actually can change, and the country can change towards the good. When this statue was made, things were very different in this country. Women didn't have all the rights they have right now. People who are gay or lesbian or transgender did not have all the rights they have now. Black people did not have all the rights they have now. But things changed over time by people like you and like you doing small little acts that all accumulated into something wonderful. And so on this 5th of July, the day after the 4th of July, we remember that we keep on working, and we keep on collecting our change, and we keep on doing the good in the hopes this country, 250 years and one day later, will continue on this arc, this moral arc that we like to say bends towards justice. So on this July 5th, I wonder what one small little thing you all might do this afternoon to continue bending that arc of this country towards justice. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. You might not know the answer to that, but I hope by the time you put your head on your pillow this evening, you can think back and say, oh wait, there's that one little thing that I did that helped our country be a more peaceful, kind, and just place. Think about that as you're going to sleep this evening. Well, I believe we have some religious exploration things for you all to do. And before you go, let's say our children's covenant together. In this place, I am kind. In this place, I am loving. In this place, I am a friend to the earth and all animals and people. In this place, I am loved. Let's rise and make an arch for our children as they head out to their religious exploration.
As you go, may joy surround you as you go. Go in peace. Know our love is with you always as you go, as you go.
Good morning. My name's Laura Pitney, and I'm the engagement coordinator here at UUFCO. And I have your announcements today. So I want, first of all, to follow up a little bit on what just happened in the Time for All Ages, that you may have had some curiosities or thoughts sparked for you, and that may continue on throughout the whole service. And so I encourage and invite you to join us after service at 11:30 in here for our weekly Sunday discussions. We're trying to think of a name: deeper conversations, deeper discussions, Sunday conversations. Anyway, they're happening in here. So if you care to join us, grab a cup of coffee and come on in. We'll join in little small circles, maybe around 5 people. And every week we'll have a similar set of prompts to get the conversation going, such as, how does today's topic relate to your spiritual development? Just for example. But you could think of anything that happened during the service that sparked something in you that you want to share or explore more deeply with other people. It's a structured conversation, but also a little chance to have free talk, and it lasts about a half an hour. So you come in at 11:30, you get settled, and you're done by 12:15. So please join us for that. Let's see, what else? Oh, more about conversations and discussions. So if you would like to participate in a Soul Matters discussion group that begins in September. It's every single month. You have the same group of people, no more than 10, and you meet every single month to talk about the topic of the month. If you would like to do that, please sign up. I'm going to start organizing those groups in August. There's a way to do that out here. As you leave, you'll see a sign with a QR code. Scan it and register. Ooh, fun things. There is a picnic happening on Saturday. So it is for everyone in the congregation. You are invited to come at 4 o'clock at Miller's Landing. That is down on the river, pretty nearby to here. And bring a dish to share. Bring a spoon and a fork and a plate and a cup and a chair to sit on, and wear your bathing suit if you want, because there's an easy way to get into the water, and it will be just a fun time for us all to spend time together. I really hope everyone comes. Sue, did I forget anything? No. I told you all the things about the picnic. Please come. If you have questions, you can email me. I would love it if you would register, because it will give me a sense of whether you can help with setup or cleanup, and it will also give me a sense of how many people we're looking at. And in the weekly newsletter, there's a link, and you can click it and just tell us that you're coming and what you're going to bring. If you can't come on Saturday, or even if you can, I want you to know that on every single Wednesday from 4:30 to 6:30, if you want to join for an informal picnic, bring your own dinner, show up, hang out, meet other people, go for a swim. It's in the same place, Miller's Landing. And at some point, I'm going to get a little flag so you can find us. But in the meantime, I'm just looking to see if I recognize people and telling them to come over and join us. It's been fun, so I hope you can do that. And that is all for today. Thank you.
This morning, as we do every first Sunday of the month, is our Greater Community Collection. And this month, we're collecting for the Family Kitchen. Many of us volunteer there and know that we provide meals for people in our community in need. When we give, we say yes to the natural cycle of abundance in our lives, and we say yes to building beloved communities within and beyond our walls. We commit ourselves to do work of justice and compassion for all people and our earth. We receive your offerings each week as a spiritual practice of generosity and to support the ways in which this fellowship brings forth our shared values. Will the ushers please come forward and take the collection for Family Kitchen?
Maybe we'll just ask Paula to play for the next 40 minutes and we'll just sit here and enjoy. Well, our congregation shares our joys and our sorrows and our gratitudes with one another. We have these forms on our kiosk that you can fill out. You can send them to us online during the week. And if you'd like to light a candle for a joy or a sorrow in your heart, please feel free to do that while I'm reading these two joys. The first joy is from Paula, our pianist over there. She's grateful for the clear sunny skies, the gorgeous river for summer days, my parents' 57th wedding anniversary today, wow, and the magical alpacas nearby that I get to play piano for. So blessed. Where is their celebration?
It's a piano concert, an alpaca piano picnic at Flying Dutchman Alpaca.
Okay, in Tumala. There's an alpaca piano picnic. Yeah. All right. And it is a musician-themed joys and sorrows today. Our second joy is from Chris Patrick, who you see up here on the bass. He says, on my third attempt, I summited South Sisters last week. Thank you to Flora and friends who kept base camp going. It is that time. Though it is hot outside, it is lovely to get outside in this Central Oregon and be in the nature. Well, I invite you to take a deep breath with me and perhaps let that breath out after it is done nourishing your body, giving it what it needs to live and be. Another breath, perhaps. And oh, why not one more? I'll offer some words for a prayer and spoken meditation, and we'll follow that with some shared silence. Spirit of life and spirit of love, Holy One known by so many names, but captured by none. on this weekend, there is an anniversary for our nation. We hold in our heart the many complexities that brings. Those lofty ideals and all the harm that has also been created. That war and violence continue in the name of this country. We recognize that ideals are one thing, and there is so much farther to go to be the nation we wish to be. And so we gather our lives and our thoughts and our prayers together so that where there is pain, perhaps there might also follow peace. Where there is oppression, may we continue to find liberation. Where there is a rift, perhaps healing to come. May we be the agents of change, all of us, together, for good, to bring forth these ideals, to look back at what is inspiring in our history and use that to guide our actions into our future. Because we know deeply that we all belong to one another, that every single being is sacred, and that nobody is outside the circle of love. We hope that everyone might have enough, that our grief and our hope mingle together and move us towards justice, that we can return to those ideals of this country and continue moving toward them, that ever in front of us, perhaps unattainable, but always gloriful goal of freedom for all people, of justice, and of liberation.
I love this reading this morning. It's a poem entitled Summons by Aurora Levins Morales. She's a Puerto Rican writer, poet, feminist, and activist. Last night I dreamed 10,000 grandmothers from 1,200 corners of the earth walked out into the gap, one breath deep, between bullet and flesh, between bomb and the family. They told me, we cannot wait for governments. There are no peacekeepers boarding planes. There are no leaders who dare say that every life is precious, so it will have to be us. They said we will cup our hands around each heart. We will sing the earth's song, the song of water, a song so beautiful that vengeance will turn to weeping, the mourners will embrace, and grief will replace every impulse toward harm. 10,000 is not enough, they said, so we have sent this dream, like a flock of doves, into the sleep of the world. Wake up, put on your shoes. You who are reading this, I am bringing bandages and a bag of scented guavas from my tree. I think I remember the tune. Meet me at the corner. Let's go.
Two weeks ago on a Sunday, Unitarian Universalists gathered from all over the country at the General Assembly worship. Now, it used to be that this was always an in-person event, and a handful of years ago, they changed it so that one year would be in person, and the next year would be online, hoping for a larger way to be inclusive. So on this Sunday, 2 weeks ago, the Reverend Youngsun preached the sermon at the worship service. The music for our service this morning and the sermon from Reverend Jen are from that service. And so we turn now to two sermon bits and then a third from me, all of them brief, not to worry, from that General Assembly service.
Last night, somewhere between the end of all we know and the faint beginning of something new, a dream emerged. 10,000 ancestors from all corners of the earth moved into a gap, one breath deep, into the space between all that has already happened and all that is yet to come. They carry songs, they carry stories, and they are calling us to join them. These rich images come from Aurora Levins Morales, a Puerto Rican Jewish poet and activist. In those days, immediately following the October 7th attack in Israel, Morales struggled to find a way through the atrocity to something human. The poet gives us a summons to show up at the corner. But first, she invites us into a gap, one breath deep. Here, the ancestors cup their hands around our hearts. Here is blessing. Here is healing. Here is transformation. Here is worship. For many people living in the United States, these past several years have left us profoundly and deeply unsettled. We have been feeling the meanness of the world in genocide and in warfare, in the hoarding of resources that leaves millions without basic human needs, in policy changes that say some lives are more precious than others. The ground is shaking and it feels like everyone is on edge. The world that we thought we knew doesn't exist anymore, not in the same way. The Turkish journalist Ece Temelkuran writes about the decline of democracy, and she says that we are grieving in future tense. We're grieving in future tense, grieving what has already been slipping away, even before it's gone, grieving what has already been lost and what may yet be taken. Some of this grief may be new for people who have not had to name this before. The structures of white supremacy have remained well hidden in the background of life, quietly shaping what was accepted as normal, natural, or simply the way things are. But now, what has been hidden is becoming harder to ignore, and more people are waking up to the urgency of this moment, rousing them from what the poet calls the sleep of the world. Now, I know that many of you are already awake. You are doing everything that you can to proclaim every life precious, everyone deserving a chance to live fully and freely. Unitarian Universalists have long been a people of action. We know how to organize, we know how to show up. We are practiced in the art of doing. And if we're honest, that strength carries a shadow. Our religious tradition has been shaped in part by a culture that teaches us to measure our worth by what we accomplish, to equate goodness with effort, and to feel most at home when we're busy and striving. Pair this with a hurting world begging for our attention, and then things like rest can feel irresponsible. Asking for help can feel weak. And simply sitting in stillness can sometimes feel unbearable as doubt and worry rise to the surface of our lives. That's why this gap is so important. Whether it's one breath deep or 1 hour deep, this is a moment made sacred by our intentions and our promises. Here, in the place between where we've been and where we dare to dream, our lives are shaped and molded by our spiritual practices of worship, small group sharing, and deep study. Mark Nepo says that when we meet like this, we aren't just being self-reflective, we are strengthening the immune system of humanity. We are strengthening the immune system of humanity. Here is where we remember who we are and to whom we belong. Here is where we practice love as a response to the love that first summoned us.
Please remain seated as we sing a new song, Be Still and Breathe. There are 5 verses at the end. We'll do some repeating, but I will sing the first verse, and then I invite you to join me and sing along. Be still and breathe. Be still and be. Listen to heartache, listen to grief. Be still and breathe. Please join. Be still and breathe. Be still and be. Listen to heartache, listen to grief. Be still and breathe. Be still and breathe. Be still and be. Listen to gladness. Listen to joy. Be still and breathe. Be still and breathe. Be still and be. Listen to anger. Listen to hurt. Listen to hurt. Be still.